Hello everyone, I thought I would do this introduction video for my next guest, which is Joe Del Borello from Launch Finance. Joe and I are talking about what's happening in the lending world at the moment. So I've broken the video up into two parts for you. Part one, you should be watching if you're a first home buyer or you're thinking of purchasing your first property. And part two, you should be watching if you currently have an existing loan. So I hope you enjoy it and thank you very much for watching. Fantastic. So moving on to somebody who has an existing loan, an established house, and they might be just looking to get a better deal, but all of their accounts are all with the one bank. So they've got their savings account, credit card, their offset account, their home loan account, and they're going, you know what, it's easy, it's safe, I'm with the one bank, I don't have to be, why should they change or look, or, people are saying, really you should look at your refinancing every 2 or 3 years, but they're going to go, it's a pain in the neck, why should I do that?
Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I say there is, one, you don't have to refinance every 2-3 years, but you should be reviewing every 2 or 3 years. So you have to kind of separate the home loan to your personal account. So you don't have to have your personal accounts where the home loan is, but your home loan is your biggest expense. You need to make sure that you're on a competitive rate and you are paying the minimum you can. So with reviews, you don't actually have to change banks. You can go to your existing bank and see what they will do for you and see if you can save some money. We can manage that whole process for you. You don't have to make any calls to any banks. We make it really streamlined. At the end of the day, if you did want to keep all your banking together and you wanted to change lenders, if you're going to be reducing your loan term by 10 years or saving $10,000 over the next 5 years, to change a few direct debits to have everything together, I think that's a positive, and that shouldn't be a negative into why you wouldn't review your home loan.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to look at the overall financial position. It's really good to understand your financial position, because at the end of the day, you buy a house or you refinance your existing loan, you've got debt. The number one goal is to get rid of that debt as quick as possible. What's the best way to do it? And that's by understanding your finances and always reviewing it.
Okay, now that's excellent. So what are the questions? I get questions every weekend at home opens, which I've sort of asked you most, but what are the questions that you're getting from people when they're calling you up? I'm giving them your number, or Carl and team giving them your number. What do they say when they call you up?
Yeah, so look, the biggest thing is if someone's out on the weekend and they're speaking to yourself or other real estate agents, I found a property, what's my borrowing capacity? That's the first question, okay? It's really hard to give that over the phone, just over a few figures. We can give a bit of a guide, but there's so much more detail now going into your borrowing capacity. We have to look at your income. To give you an example, the banks will differentiate your base pay with your overtime or your commission pay. Then they're looking at your expenses and what you're spending per month. We've got banks that literally look for debits and credits, and if they're seeing things like sports bet accounts.
I've heard that,
casino,
Uber Eats, Lotto Land, all of that. They're checking all of that.
Yeah, so...
Wow. So no more Uber Eats, folks.
Yeah, rice and pasta is a recommendation, nice and cheap. But that's so borrowing capacity, hard to determine over a quick phone call, but we can we can make it a little bit easier for you. And the other thing is the deposit. All the banks want different levels of deposit.
Yeah.
Really straightforward if you've got a lot of cash or if you've got a lot of equity in your property. But when it's a little bit tighter, Bank A will do something different to Bank B. So we're really just got to drill down on what you can get away with. And so they're the two biggest things: borrowing capacity and how much cash do I actually need to settle on a property.
So I'll always love to hear about good news stories, or have you got any stories that you can tell them that, people that have been in a bit of a pickle maybe, we all see these ads on television about, free up budget or whatever, making life easier for people with debt, with home loans. Is there any stories you can tell them about something that's happened recently?
I could
help people out.
Just in regards to what we were just talking about, was like a first home buyer purchased a property, fell in love with the property, organised a great deal, went direct to their bank. The bank said no for these reasons, and they were kind of stuck. So they got my number. We were able to understand potentially why that bank wasn't happy. wanted things to be a little bit different. But then we could go out to our range of lenders and come up with a few different options. So we presented some options, we chose a good package, and we got the finance. Route. So that was the first home buyer. Fell in love with the property. Had some issues. We had to, it was delayed. But we worked with them. We worked with the real estate agent to make sure they were could keep their vendors happy and keep them in the loop. And it was a great outcome. They were over the moon.
I bet.
The other ones is we're just saving clients money. People forget how easy it is to forget your finances. You might have a home loan that you think's on a good rate. You're making your repayments. People don't have to worry about repayments anymore. It's all set up for them. It's direct debit.
Yeah.
You're not going into the branch to make that payment, so you're not thinking about it. Very easy to forget that you can save some money. So when people work out what they can save and you help them do that, it's really good. It's a really great feeling.
Oh, that's fantastic. So I think that's about it for now. We might get you back though. There's lots of other things I'd love to ask Joe, like buying in your super fund, which is quite popular at the moment. So more to talk about, but for the time being, thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Joe's details will be on this site, his email address and phone number, but just if you can let everyone know what your email and phone number is now.
Mobile number is 0408 099 466, and my email address is joe@launchfinance.com.au.
So send Joe any queries that you've got, or give him a call. He is available on weekends and after hours. If he doesn't answer his phone, I know from experience he will call you back as soon as possible. Call me anytime as well, 0417 911 503. My details are on the site as well. And for any real estate needs, keep watching. I've got some fantastic guests coming up. I've got Stephen Webster from my Strata Guru expert. I've got Paul Lommer from Lommer Homes, Sandy Wormold from Stewart Title about title insurance. I've got landlords, information with a fantastic property manager that's going to have a chat with you, and much, much more. So keep watching. Thank you very much. And thanks, Joe.
No worries.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
See you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.